Well, howdy ho, good neighbor. It is apparent that I do not have my tooth in. That's right, you can see it from here. Now don't get me talking like this. You know, just because I got a missing tooth for a while doesn't mean I can talk like this. So let's stop all that nonsense about talking like Jim Bob. All right, enough of that. Well, today I have my drone collection out. I'm going to pick you up. I'm going to take you inside ye old man cave, or the man hangout, or the women are allowed in there too, you know, but it's usually just me and the lady cat. That's right. So let me pick you up and I'll show you exactly. If you haven't been here before, well, welcome to the courtyard. That's right. This is where I do all my courting, in the courtyard, and if I court you right, well, I'll take you in the man cave. And like I said, ladies are involved. Ladies are involved in the man cave. So let me pick you up and take you in. Yeah, that tooth does not look good, does it? It's coming in March. March is a checkup. So I'll put if this tooth is for prosperity, so I'm giving you this look for prosperity reasons. And to tell you the truth, after a while, the shame is going away a little bit. You don't get used to it, but at the same time, you know that the end is coming, hopefully. They might have to add some more bone in there, and I don't know. So in March is when this tooth is supposed to be checked up on. So what I'm going to do today is, I have my drone collection out. I'm charging all the old batteries. So if you have some drones, make sure every month or every other month you charge those batteries, or they'll completely drain out. You do not want them to go to 0%, or they won't charge again. And good luck finding a battery again. So I have my first drone, my DJI Phantom 4 Pro. That's right, we're going to see my DJI Phantom 4 Pro. And then after that one came out was the Mavic Pro, the foldable arms. So we're going to look at that one. And definitely my last drone of all is the Air 3, the DJI Air 3S with a zoom in. Now I can zoom in and take some good drone shots. Now, answer me this though, is the drone hobby dying? No one really watches drone videos anymore, you know. So I'm gonna have to change it up. I saw a guy zoning in. I like to zone in on homeless camps, but he was getting up close. So I don't know, the homeless videos affect me and my sleep. So you say, where are all those homeless videos we like to watch? Well, we will do some more Oakland videos, but it does affect me in my sleep. So let's go inside the cave and see these 3 drones. I don't think I'm going to buy any more. I'd like to give some of these away to my offspring someday, but they're not interested in this stuff either. I don't know why. One of them is kinda, but I don't know. All right, let's take you in and see. And that was a bust. That thing's not even pointed right. Look at the leaves are all growing in it. Yeah, I saw that on the internet. And that thing just, I don't buy things on the internet, but I bought that thing and that thing just does not work. Fail. All right. Let's take you inside and show you what I'm looking at. Yeah, that's going to get worked on, but yeah, let's go. Now,
are you ready?
I'm ready. Okay. Well, I just got summoned to go to lunch, but before I do, let me just show you my drone collection. Finish this up real quick. Oh yeah, this is the cave. This is the cave. Let me undo this little guy right here. Look at my little... Ugh. Okay. Lights, action, camera. Let's give these guys their due. There it is. The Phantom 4 Pro. The DJI Phantom 4 Pro. Look at, zoom in on that baby. That's right. So right now, that's my first drone, believe it or not. And then my second drone was that. The battery's not in it, but that's the Mavic Pro. Yep, she's a Pro. And that's the next generation, the Air 3S. But when I bought that thing, I thought I would love those goggles that just first come out. Look how big they are. But to tell you the truth, you get a little dizzy and they're a little scary to fly, those things. They're great to watch your video from. And here is the Air 3S controller. Let me do that. That one has a screen on it. So these two you fly with an iPad. And this one you fly with this controller. And like I said, all my batteries are charging. Got some batteries charging there. And you want, like I said, you don't want those to ever drain all the way. So those batteries are for the Mavic Pro, DJI Phantom 4 Pro, and the DJI Air 3S. Is that Bigfoot like Adam the Woo? You know who. All right. There you go, wide shot. So if you wonder where all the magic happens, it's right here. Why are you so sad? Well, howdy ho, good neighbor. It is apparent that we have changes coming around in Alameda. Look at this. This is going to be a roundabout. All these cars are going to have to go around. Yeah, they're honking horns right there. They want to be on YouTube. But if you look at the paint right there, that's going to be a roundabout. This is always kind of confusing section. You have an outlet there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So right here, we're going to have a roundabout. And this person doesn't know what to do. They just stopped in the middle of the road. There goes a camera. Everybody's scared of a camera. So right there is a roundabout. This guy doesn't even stop. He's got that California roll. All right, so there you go. You heard it here first. Changes in Alameda. Roundabout. I see them all over. Every city, everywhere. Roundabout, roundabout. Look at that nice car. Well, howdy ho, good neighbor. Yep, that's apparent that we definitely made our way to Alameda. And let me pick you up just because we need to get that last intro. We got to Alameda. They called me to go get some lunch. That's right, so we are here, downtown Alameda. We ate at the Burma Cafe or something Burma cuisine or something. But here we are in downtown Alameda, so I just wanted to end that video. We're gonna fly those drones tomorrow, so I had to get an outro for this video. We'll fly the Phantom 4, the Mavic Pro, and the DJI Air 2S. All right. Well, as always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these, what are we calling this? Phantom 4, Mavic Air. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Are we doing an outro? What are we doing? Are we watching traffic? What are we doing here? I don't know. We're doing something right here. All right. As always, you know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. Oh, yeah. This is where I was at. Burma Superstar. Pretty good place to eat. All right, let's get out of here. Go on, get. I said get.
What do you need?
Oh, say, can you see? Well, howdy ho, good neighbor. That's right, we are here at a disclosed location. Tucker's Ice Cream. Look at that, since 1941. Tucker's Ice Cream, that's a widescreen shot for sure. You can see it's in this cute little building. I've made plenty of videos here, but we are gonna start this video walking down Park Street. But the what I'm doing now is I'm waiting. You know that thing I always do when I say I'm waiting like the old parking structure or the parking crosswalk, waiting. That's what I'm doing, I'm waiting. But there's no better place to wait than right here at Tucker's. So we could go take a shot inside and see what Tucker's. What's this guy got? Look at that thing. He's got like, that's the way to roll. Look at him. Wow. He's got like a little scooter where he doesn't even need to. Corgi alert, corgi. Yeah, that's a pretty neat little setup, don't you think? All right. Let's get back to my party. All right, so we were going to talk about downtown Alameda and how many places are empty here. A lot of places are empty. A lot of stores, and even the stores that are full don't have anybody in them. So Tucker's Ice Cream, they always have people in it. Let's see if there's a line. A line for Tucker's. Let's see. A line for Tucker's.
That's one of my mom's.
No line. This is what Tucker's looks like. Usually there's a line a mile deep. Not today. Wow. Good time for an ice cream. There's the original cart. Original Tucker's. All right. Let's be social. All right. Let's keep walking down Alameda Park Street, shall we? Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The hardest part of coming out and filming this outside is being careful of cars and talking to your camera like this. This is why they always go out to parks and stuff, because you don't feel so weird talking to your camera. But here's always an interesting shop, the wig shop. I always love the wigs. So you can see how beautiful you could look in blue, purple, brown, and even the wigs for the men. You see them, there they are. So I say, I need a wig, you see that? I'm getting to the top where all my hair is leaving me. I'm growing out of the top of my head, as they say. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna get a wig and a hat, or maybe a hat with a wig in it, you know, with the hair coming out the side. So we'll get something we gotta cover this up. But here's where I'm leaving you, right here at this beautiful, isn't that noise pollution? It does sound like it to me, but there's where we're at. That almost requires a zoom in. Zoom, Art Deco. Zoom, Art Deco. Zoom, you see it. That looks like 1930s to me. The Alameda Theater. All right. So what is playing at the Alameda Theater? We're right this close, so we might as well go see. Alameda Theater today on January 24th, the year of our Lord. So now, how hard is it to put out a daily vlog every day? What if I put out a daily vlog like the Real Out of View, instead of putting out stupid music videos? Hey, I got to put something out every day. Look at that, Alameda Theater. You could see the detail. Look at the detail in that. I guess you would call that roses or something. I think that's the begonias. Petunias, like Adam the Woo would say. Petunias. So Marty Supreme is playing. Mercy, Iron Lung, in the historic. Oh, coming soon, Iron Lung. I don't know. That's what's playing. 2026. The year of our Lord, right here. All right, let's keep going. This is what we're doing. Jiu-jitsu, hiya! Okay, we're getting back to the action where all the people are buying up the products. Christmas is over, but people are still buying. How does this work? How does this work? Oh no, there goes my homework in the street. Oh, the wind is blowing good here too. The wind is blowing good. So you could see by this lady's hair, the wind is blowing very good. So there's my contact. I see my contact. How's this tooth look? Prosperity, prosperity right here. So we're just gonna keep walking down. Here's the thing, you gotta talk to that camera. You gotta talk to that camera. That's what they say. So here you go, I'm doing it for you, prosperity. All right, let's go see how long we have to wait for our table at Tucker's. Well, it is apparent that Park Street does get its share of vehicles. This is a main thoroughfare. And there is a 50 right there, Alameda Police, right there. There he is. got his eye out on me. He rolled his window down. You see that? He was saying, get in the street. Get in. I don't think it's illegal for me to walk in the street, but he did have his window down, keeping an eye on me. That's what's the thing about Alameda. They do not mess around here. And look at that sign for Alameda Wigs. That looks like it's freshly painted on. I don't know. So this is the corner of Central and Park Street. And can you believe it or not, I'm still waiting on ladies. And I don't know, where did this come from, where the man always has to hold the leftovers. These are pretty heavy. If it was up to me, we would eat all this food at the restaurant and not have any leftovers. But just remember, the leftovers never taste as good as when you're there. Just a pro tip. Starbucks, never empty. Okay, it is apparent. If you have ever been to Alameda, you got to come to the Pampered Pup. The Pampered Pup is one of the oldest hot dog stands in all of Alameda. So if you want to know how much does a hot dog cost, how much would you be willing to pay at the Pampered Pup for a hot dog? Well, I'll stick my head in there and I'll give you a quick peek at how much a hot dog costs. So you ready to just peek your head in? All right, let's get the camera ready and zoom in right here. Yeah, we're just gonna walk in, do a quick zoom in and take a screenshot. I don't know about that, but we'll do something. Park Street Jewelers is closed. I wonder if because of theft? No, it's just closed. Maybe it's vacation time. All right, how much does a hot dog cost? It looks like you can get a hot dog combo. So the guy was kind of looking at me. He was bird dogging me. Uh-oh, someone's getting honked at. Get off your phone, get off your phone, get off your phone. That was a polite honk too. That was a very polite honk. Boop, boop. A lot of people will be laying on the horn after that many seconds. All right, here's a good place to put a sticker. Is this your sticker? Vito. R.I.P. Vito. All right. You can put a sticker almost anywhere nowadays. Back at the wig shop. All right, let's go find my partay. Where are they? Where is my partay? Rocket, reuse. We buy and sell books. This is the future right here. Look at that car. They call that a smart car. I don't know. You got a smart car E, and you got a Tesla that's actually E, electric. All right, let's go. Okay, I've been saying prosperity wrong. Look at this guy. Oh yeah, I've seen them before. They're like a unicycles. And they say they're fun, but you will crash if you drive one. And you might want one. Look at the traffic in Alameda. Wow. This is what happens when the sun's out. People want to go and eat on the street, shop, get out. All right, let's get out. We're gonna go check out the Alameda Museum. Let's go. Look at that traffic. Okay, I came into this little mural right at the beginning of this cute little store here. You can see inside the store, it's a nice store. But isn't that neat how they cut all those tiles up like that? Be our guest. We like that. All right. So that's what's happening here is my sister-in-law, my beautiful sister-in-law is visiting from Washington State. So she's coming from Washington State, way up there where it rains all the time. So we're getting a beautiful day out here in Alameda just for her. Washington State, it just rains all the time. So we are blessed to have a day like this today. But I'm gonna go over here. They cut this street down during the COVID times. They made all this street shut down for COVID because they wanted everybody to eat here. And look at, no one's eating here. Everybody's back inside. So is COVID over? I don't know. But yeah, we are here at this beautiful, beautiful building. And Alameda Museum is right back there. Let's see if we can get a good zoom in on it. That's the logo for Alameda. So we're gonna get to that and see if it's open. But I did want to give you let's say a wide shot of this building. So we'll make our way to the other side of the street. We're just waiting for this light to change, and we're going to catch the backs of these people right here. So we're going to, as soon as these people cross, we will cross. And we're trying to time that light. So here we go. You ready? Let's time that light right now. The light's green. We're going. It's green. It's green. It's green. Let's roll. So that's what I did. I timed the light just right. So the action's always moving. We want that action always moving. But this is that building I wanted you to see. From I wish the light was hitting this side, but we're just gonna keep walking and you're gonna see it right now. Look at this shot. Look at this building. Isn't that a beauty? Isn't that a beauty? Yeah, that's a beauty, all right. The sun's not hitting it just right. Maybe it is from the other side, but I don't know. We'll go take a look. That's what it's... I wish I had a year when that thing was built, but that's one of the crown jewels of Alameda. So somebody's honking their horn, making sure that their car is locked. I know that idea. Idea? I know that feeling. All right, let's see the sunny side. Nope. There's no logo there on the side of the wall advertising. Just a beautiful building. So right across the way from that historic building is this empty building. So this retail space could be yours. So how much does it cost? Just like everything, I don't know. But we'll go give you a look. Inside, if it had a peek, we could look. I don't know. Nope, it's all, I don't know. Can you see in there? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nope, you can't see. Fail. Oh, there you go. This could be yours. Nope, not working. All right, it is apparent we're gonna make this light. So we're gonna go see, is the Alameda Museum open on a Saturday? And let's get across this street as fast as we can. We got Park Street is super busy today. We've got a full belly. We got a missing tooth. We don't really care anymore. You know about it, I know about it. Nobody knows me out here, so tooth or no tooth. Here's what we're looking at. Whoa, I hear crows. There they are. Always a menace, those crows. Hitchcock would be proud. Who said that? All right, well, that is the symbol of Alameda, and this is the Alameda Museum. It was founded in 1948. Can you believe it? 1948, the Alameda Museum was opened right here in Alameda. Yep, it's not a coincidence. The Alameda Museum is right here in Alameda, and we're gonna go into it. It's right next to this Masonic temple. Look at that thing. Look at it. It's almost kind of a little, I don't know, what do they do in a Masonic temple? It's some kind of witchcraft? What is that symbol of the Masonic temple? I don't know. But it is a Got a big cock in the front of it. Those darn kids. I don't think that bicycle's meant for that. Oh, as soon as I turn on the camera, the action stops. See, they didn't want me tattletelling. They did not want me tattletelling. So they quit doing it for the cam. No one's tattling on them. Let's go.
Like I beat her, she did it.
There they go. Yeah, he's got his buddy on there. That's how you roll. Back in the day, I wish I had that. Look at that. That's cool. He's got one of those electric bikes, just like that. That's an electric bike. That's for the family. The whole darn family. Oh, someone lost their sweatshirt. Oh no, let's pick it up. There they go. He got off the bike. There they go. He didn't want to be seen. Let's pick up this sweatshirt. Someone lost their sweatshirt. Oh, someone lost their sweatshirt. Okay, those little kids did not want to be seen. So he got off his bike. He went over there and then they took off. They knew they were breaking the law. Breaking the law. Those kids knew they were breaking the law. Darn kids. Okay, we are just gonna keep the camera close to the vest here and go see if my party is still sitting at this table. See, it's easier to keep the camera close to the vest. You don't look so obvious filming. But yeah, my party's gone. They are totally gone. She was sitting here last time I saw her. Okay, well, it is apparent that I just readjusted this microphone. This microphone was right down here. Now I got it almost right here. You tell me, do you hear any difference with the microphone attached right here, or if it was better where it's at now? I know there's a couple people that will tell me, oh, it sounds better this way or that way. Oh, look where we're at. We're at the wig store. We've been here before. We've been here before. Now, how many wigs do you have to sell each day to pay your rent? You think about it. You got to sell at least 1, 2, 3, 4 wigs a day. How many people are buying wigs? I don't know. So think about it. Wigs, wigs, more wigs. You got to sell more wigs than you can shake a stick at. So let's get across this road. People are wondering, what are you doing? We're trying to cross over here to get to the bookstore, but these people are in a hurry. So you always got to wait. So we're gonna keep going down here. We're gonna see what's at the theater while we wait. We've already seen that, but we don't want to be talking on a street corner and having everybody hear what you got to say, right? All right, look at that. Look at that theater from this angle. You see it. All right, is the street light ready? There it is. Let's go. This guy's taking his last sip of his soda, his root beer. I know he wishes it was a regular beer. Now, I've yet to try this, the Star pizza. I have never tried the Star pizza. So that's one of these old restaurants that doesn't seem like it gets a lot of business. No, nobody in there. So they say that restaurants, 50% of restaurants fail. They don't make any money, they close down. So if you're gonna open a restaurant, think about it, you're gonna fail 50% of the time. Almost like a marriage, right? 50% of marriages fail. So think about it. If you open a restaurant and get married, oh, you're doomed. You are doomed. Poke, kuma, what the? Hawaiian poke bowl. I think that's raw fish. I don't know. I'm staying away from it. Staying away from the poke bowl. Anything that has Pokemon, poke bowl, even that boga fruit, the, what do you call that? Boga juice, the stuff with the little balls floating in it. All right, let's get out of here and end this video. Right here at the bookstore. Oh, I know somebody who would love that. Aunt Bonnie? Oh, look at that bike. He's got like one of those motorized bikes. That thing's got a motor on it. It's a nice rig.
Hey, thank you.
You see that? You've got, before electric bikes, you used to put your own motor on your bike. You'd fire that up. They could hear you for like 7 blocks coming down the road, but that has a motor on it. I guess we can go get one more little shot on them. Let's keep an eye on that bike. Let's get a close-up shot. There we go. We'll get a more close-up shot of that bicycle. Yeah, look at that thing. That's a beauty. That is a beauty.
That's 100 cc's.
100 cc's. So he's got 100 cc's on a bicycle. You imagine that? I don't know if you can go any faster. And he's proud of it too. He's proud. 100 cc's. I don't know how much that is, but I know it's more than 99. So 100 cc's. Let's get in here and see what they're serving. Well, howdy ho, good neighbor. Yep, I did stand on this street on Park Street, but what I found inside this door, yep, this building has fire sprinklers on it. It's got a 2-inch riser. Look at this. They have, I don't even think you could see it in there, can you? Yeah, you can. The reflection's a little off, but there is a fire sprinkler system in this building. So that's always good to see. But here's what I wanted to show you. Some of these books are problematic. Look at the titles of these things. This is the one I wanted to say. It has a couple guys on there. It says, not married but willing to be. I don't know if you could see that. See that? And they got a couple other things that are problematic. I guess it's not problematic. Unless you're from the South, you don't like the rainbow. And it says still here, still books. But the thing that I noticed about this place is the Kiss and Tell and the Queerly Beloved. Queerly Beloved. So if you want to come to the book club here, they have the Queerly Beloved, and that starts on 113. So join the book club and come to the Queerly Beloved. Yep, you heard it. It's funny to me how many people talk on the speakerphone in public. They just do it for some reason. They want everybody, even in Spanish, they speak on their speakerphone. Okay, you want to see what 100 cc's looks like? Well, now the guy has gone inside Tomatino's, and I don't know if he's using the restroom or what, if he's watching his bike, but we're going to show you what 100 cc's. Look at the rims on this thing. He locked it right up to the bench, but that's what he did. And this is a good place to lock it up because it's right outside Tomatino's. So there's your 100 cc's. Look at that baby. That engine spins that chain. That, I don't know. It seems there's the exhaust on it. So that's the name of it. It's a WR, whatever that is. And there's the gas tank. So if you don't think, oh, let's back that off. That's almost a widescreen. There's the new electric. There's what the new electric bike looks like. Let's do a zoom in. Nice and quiet. What's this guy doing? He's got like a, nice. He's surfing. Nice, look at him. He's got his music going. It's too bad I have to turn off the video when music gets playing. He's just cruising in the middle of the street the wrong way. You never know what you're going to see here. Wrong side of the road surfing. What we're going to call that. Sun's going down. Look at that cute little dog riding in the backpack. It's a dog's life. You imagine that? If you're a dog, you get your own backpack. What kind of world is this? Is that fake fur? I hope it's fake fur. Look at that cute little dog riding in the backpack. It's a dog's life. You imagine that? If you're a dog, you get your own backpack. What kind of world is this? Okay, well, it is apparent that I've gathered my group and we are going to actually go inside the Alameda Museum. So what would Alameda Wu say? Join me, shall you? The Alameda Museum. Right here in Alameda. What a coincidence. The COVID street with no business. Isn't that funny? Now here is a question. What happened to Romero and Sons? Now it's Mia Burrito. And the same people are in it. What happened to Roberto and his son? It's just like it's like one of those TV shows where they just change the whole cast and no one tells anybody. Romero, where'd you go? Answer that. All right, we're going into the Alameda Museum and see what's in here besides a big rooster. Yeah, I bought a doll here one time. Yep, that looks antique to me. Six-seater, I can't believe it. So if you want to buy some old antiques, this is where you come. How much is a plate? $35 a set. It's a set. Let's go see this locomotive. 1343. I think that's a real steam train. Don't touch. They got another train over here. Trains, trains. Oh, look at that. A steam locomotive. So these actually work. So if you're a certain age, you might recognize what this is. It's a school desk. And look at this. You got your own personal chalkboard. So that's how they did it back in the days. No pen or paper. And right next to that is an old barber pole. Wood, before you could really break them. So if you want to see some old trophies, right here, Alameda Museum, all kinds of knickknacks. I see a lot of people have donated their china. So a lot of people don't want grandma's china anymore. And this is the good stuff. When they show you the bottom of it, yeah, they're telling you that's the good stuff. All the way from China. Okay, I have proof that the land is flat, or I should say, the earth is flat. There it is, right there. You are right there, California. Got a collection of bells. And look at the Alameda High School. That's what Alameda High School looks like. You talk about a historic building. Yeah, they don't make high schools like that, do they? Well, they do in Alameda. That is still up to this very day. Alameda High, wide view. Whoa, not even that can get it. Well, believe it or not, they have to put tape up because people will try to sit in these chairs. So, but this is the High Street Bridge. And guess what street it's on? High Street. That was a marvel back in its day, and it still is today. Drawbridge. Well, back in the day, they used to have, they call that postcards. So Alameda had a couple postcards that had a collection, so somebody saved their postcards. So I'll have to keep my eye out. If do they even make postcards anymore for Alameda? I don't know. All right, we're gonna wind our way through this. Look at this thing. Now there's not even $1 on that thing. Oh, there is a $1, a $3, and a $5. $3? That doesn't make any sense. All right. Okay, it is apparent that my manager saw this picture and said, you have to put this. And she is right, because look at this. Before there was refrigerators, you had to have the Iceman. Deliver your ice. Let's try to get that glare off. But there he is. That was his job, to go to each house, or should I say, each house that could afford it, because that was a luxury, to have the Iceman come to your house, put a chunk of ice in your ice box. Get it? Yeah, the ice box. And those luggage containers, notice something about those? Yep. No wheels. You carried everything back in those days. That's why everybody was skinny. They had to carry stuff. And what is that? A paper Kleenex was 10 cents. My goodness. Times have changed. Or have they? Some people of some age might recognize this old beauty. Look at that. That is a old stove with all the fixings on it. All right, let's get out of here. A fun fact about Alameda, they used to have the Skippy peanut butter. That's right, Skippy peanut butter was a long time factory in Alameda. We should probably go over there and see that building, because it still exists. The Skippy peanut butter factory right here in Alameda. So if you come to the Alameda, come check out this museum. It's free of charge, and yeah, you could always throw a little in the donation kitty. That always helps, because these people, they come here and they volunteer. But here, look at here, Alameda Museum, you're going to see this. The Neptune Beach exhibit. Now, a lot of people will get something out of this. All the old Neptune Beach. That's what people used to come to Alameda just to come to Neptune Beach. There's a good shot of it right there. Oh, the glare of the light always gets me. But at Neptune Beach, you might be able to win a Cupid doll. That was one of the big things, 1935. So how old were you in 1935? I don't know. So Neptune Beach was a big attraction here in Alameda. So right next to Neptune Beach is where you get your hair cut. So look at that. They got the old plumbing, the old barber's chair and clippers, and even an old record machine, so you can listen to the records. They give you a new, what do you call those things? You put a collar. So last but not least, before we get out of here, this is what your dinner table looked like. This is what the old kitchen in your old house used to look like. You used to have to talk on that thing. Before cell phone, you had that. You used to have to dial that thing up, ring, 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 and put that to your mouth, talk to that, put that to your ear. Mom and everybody would be right here in the kitchen. That was the heat for the house. The heat for the house was right there. Anyway, Alameda Theater. And just don't go through there. I said it was flat. What's that doing here? So we went from the first phone in that kitchen, and then we went to these telephones. That's right. You remember those dialers? You used to have to dial them. Yep, and you had a lot of missed dials. So you went from that, or maybe you went from that. Oh, that was the operator, that's right. So on that, you talked to the operator, and she said, "Operator, give me switch 667." And they would switch them to 667. And there's the operator's switchboard. Who knew? Right here in Alameda. Yes, a big part of Alameda is the U.S. Naval Air Station. That's right. We had a Naval Air Station, and now it's gone. But there it is. Remnants of the Naval Air Station. Okay, it is apparent that they had a big saying, Alameda Naval Station, let's keep it open. They really tried to keep that naval station open, but they didn't do it. It was a fail. But look at that. Now, the Naval let me repeat that. U.S. Navy Aviation Air Station. That didn't come out. Navy Air Station, Alameda fire hat. That's easier for me to say. Okay, they're giving tribute to the stolen land. This is stolen land. This is from the Paiute and the Cherokee. So this land of Alameda is stolen, and these are the original bowls that they mixed the maize. Now the white man calls it corn, but it used to be called maize. They even stole the name. Shame, shame. Okay, as I'm passing by this trophy booth in this USS Sacramento Southern Pacific, somebody took the time to make that, believe it or not. This is what you did before computers. You made boats. But this thing caught my eye. What is that? Is that some kind of Indian sex toy? I don't know. What is that? Oh, it's a husk of a walrus. Easy for me to see it now, but from this position, what's that look like to you? I'm just saying, they even thought it was funny. And this is how they protected Alameda from the people from Oakland back in the day. They would not let them get across the drawbridge. So it was a fight for the Battle of Alameda, and the Alamedians won. If it wasn't for these brave women and men of the Alameda days, we would all be speaking Oakland right now. Another one of those ships that you did when you built stuff like wheels and ships. Yep, all right. Another ship to be built. I wonder if anybody makes those anymore. Okay, it is apparent that we've seen it all here, even the Elks Club badges. So look at all these badges. I know the glare's bad, but look at that. Just imagine getting that badge. You get all these other badges, badge, splash, but imagine getting the fish badge. What did you have to do to earn the fish badge? I don't know. Well, there you go, Neptune Beach. This is what you could have won there. A Popeye and some Porky Pigs. Alameda's finest museum. So if you're in Alameda, come by and see it. Well, as always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these Alameda Museum adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Let's go get some ice cream and stay off that scale. Bye-bye, everybody. Okay, well, it looks like their museum sign blew down. We got here just in time for it to close, but we did make it, and my glasses just fell on the ground. My good deed could have cost me a scratch. It's always something, always something. All right. Well, we did it. We saw all of Park Street. We'd seen all of the museum. We scratched my glasses doing a good deed. That sign was about to come inside anyway. They were closing anyway. But it was all for you and all for me. Well, as always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these Alameda Museum adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Didn't I already say that? I thought I ended this video. I thought I ended it already. It's never over. It's never over.